Universal's Epic Universe. That's where we're going today. Hey, what's going on everybody? Rick here, and today I'm going to take you around Epic Universe, check on the construction there at 4 different ground spots, plus a great place to see an aerial view of the progress. Well, alright, we've made it to the first stop of today's construction update adventure. This is the corner of Sand Lake Road and Mandarin Drive. Now this location here, this will not be one of the main entrances into Universal's Epic Universe. This is a backlot area, backstage area where like employees and other team members like that will be utilizing, but it does provide a tremendous view. I know a lot of you are fans of the top hat at the Velocicoaster, but look what we have here at Epic Universe. Is that dueling top hats I see? I think it is. This is part of the dueling racing coaster, double track with double top hat feature. I don't know about you, but I've got the goosies right now just looking at this. I am so excited for Epic Universe. And also kind of to the left of the top hats, we can see some more like roller coaster track support structures. I don't know if I'm too good or not, maybe I am, at gauging heights and stuff, but I don't think these top hats are as tall as the top hat at Velocicoaster. I would guess this is somewhere between 100 feet and 150 feet, so we'll just split the difference and call it 125 feet. That's what I'm estimating for these 2 dueling top hats. And I have a feeling these dueling top hats going to kind of be like the main structure that we're going to see today, and perhaps even when the park is open, the dueling top hats might be like the main eye-catching feature of the park. Another thing about this spot where I'm at right now, this is the spot that I see Channel 6 News doing their reports from. Well, as great as that view is, I think it's time to move on down the road. We're going to be kind of taking we'll take a 3/4 view of Epic Universe, but the next stop I think will be checking on the progress of a new hotel Universal is building right outside of Epic Universe. We are now on Universal Boulevard, just past the Orange County Convention Center, a place a lot of you might have to visit on business or trade shows one day. So this hotel right here, you might just be staying in for that convention, and while you're here on a convention, a trade show, maybe you'll pop into Epic Universe. Looks like the construction of this new hotel is coming along pretty well. I believe this is the same company that built Endless Summer Resort, Dockside and Surfside hotels, and I think they're pretty good at building stuff fast. I would like to note, for you guys who are familiar looking at the artwork Universal has provided for Epic Universe, this is not the hotel in that artwork. In addition to the land used to build Epic Universe, Universal has purchased several plots of land surrounding Epic Universe that they plan to put hotels and resorts and other things such as that on. So this is one of those. Not that big hotel you see in the fancy blue sky artwork. And I think later on in this video, I will be able to provide you an aerial view of this hotel. Unfortunately, the other camera I'm using today with the big old zoom lens, I left in the Jeep. So this isn't going to show up too well with this little Canon camera. But just to the right of the hotel, I can see those dueling top hats. I told you, that's going to be a main feature of this Epic Universe. And since I'm walking down the sidewalk anyway, I should point out, butting right up next to Epic Universe, there are apartments. So I'm unsure of what type of fireworks displays Epic Universe can have being so close to residential. Well, I have 2 more ground locations to go to, and then that aerial view I promised you. The next stop, actually 2-in-1 stops, the corner of Universal Boulevard and Destination Parkway. I need to walk down Destination Parkway, about 15 minutes for the first spot and probably another 10 minutes for the second spot. Well, isn't this appropriate? Right on this corner, the University of Central Florida Rosen College of Hospitality Management. During our walk to the first location, I would like to point out, see those, see the foliage there? I'm assuming that's bamboo or something like that, but it's creating a barrier in between Epic Universe and these apartments over here. And we have made it to the next ground level spot where we're going to check out the construction progress of Universal's Epic Universe. This is the corner of Destination Parkway and a blank street sign. I do not know what they're going to name this street, as the name is not on the street sign yet. And from this location, which is pretty much the opposite side from where we started on Sand Lake Road, pretty much the opposite side of Epic Universe, we can again see those dueling top hats. And it looks like also the support structures for the rest of the track. And maybe this other structure, which I think is going to be a hill, not really a top hat. I don't really know the technical differences between a top hat and a hill, but maybe a top hat is just a little more steep, you know, a steeper climb up and a steeper drop. So maybe a hill here. And of course, cranes and booms. Cranes and booms. If you are a fan of cranes and booms and construction equipment, this is the place for you. And I guess I should mention the dueling racing coaster is not in any particular land or world in this Epic Universe. It's going to be in the central hub, so it will not be like themed to any other IP such as Harry Potter or How to Train Your Dragon or Mario or anything, or Monsters or anything like that. This is going to be a hub coaster with its own dual racing theming. And I would have to say the dual track aspect of this coaster, perhaps a little tribute, a little homage to the old Dragon Challenge or Dueling Dragons they had there at Islands of Adventure, a much beloved roller coaster there. So Universal paying a little tribute to that old attraction by having a new dueling roller coaster here at Universal's Epic Universe. All right, let's move on down the road. Another 10-minute walk. I want to get over this waterway here and see what we can see from that angle. And if you are enjoying this epic construction update video, click that subscribe button. I'm going to be doing this more often. You don't want to miss all the updates that occur. I haven't decided though how often. What do you guys think? I think once a week is too much. Every 2 weeks better. Maybe just once a month to start with. We'll see how it goes. Let me know what you think in the comment section below after you boop that subscribe button. I have to admit, it feels a little funny vlogging on a public sidewalk. I feel a little bit like some of those, have you seen on YouTube those First Amendment auditors? I feel a little bit like that out here in the public sidewalk. Okay, from this angle, we're basically looking at the stuff we've seen before, dueling racing coaster and its top hats and its other track support structures and cranes and booms, cranes and booms. By my count, I see, I don't know, at least 15 cranes and booms. And before I go any further, I do need to give a huge shout out to Universal Orlando's, I don't know the exact name of the team, the project management team, the special projects team, the planning department, whichever department is overseeing the entire construction of Epic Universe. They're doing a tremendous job, especially considering all the supply chain issues like the world is having right now, for Universal to be making such great progress on this new world-class theme park. Kudos to them. My hat's off to you. See some building structures, some building walls with the top hat. Oh, and kind of like behind, or if you look through the top hat and behind it, I think that's part of the structure for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. I see a lot of beams. I think those beams are the structure, the skeleton for like the portal, and when you go into the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, the Ministry of Magic, or whatever they're building there. I feel like Universal is just killing it with this park. Goosies galore looking at all this stuff. I feel like this is going to be, it's like Universal is taking Disney's Magic Kingdom and combining it with their own Islands of Adventure to create a super park. Okay, it is time to pack up shop from this location. Next up, aerial views of the construction progress at Epic Universe. 20 minutes later, we're back at the Jeep to head to our next destination, which will provide an aerial view, which is the wheel at Icon Park. But before we step into the wheel, here's a view of Epic Universe from the 5th floor of the parking garage at Icon Park. Again, we can see the top hats of the dual racing coaster. I think that building to the left of the top hats, a lot of those steel beams that we're seeing is part of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And I think I see another track there that related to the classic Monsters World. I believe that is the spinning coaster in classic Monsters World. As a Florida resident, today's trip on the wheel is going to cost me just a little over 20 bucks. $21, $22 with tax and everything. So for today's trip on the wheel, I put a new lens on an old camera, hoping this works out pretty well. I do have to record through the capsule glass, so I'm hoping there's no distortion there. And the other thing I'm worried about is the audio. I'm worried the capsule might be a little echoey, so I brought a separate microphone. So hopefully I can take down the cabin noise, the capsule noise, and use the audio from this special microphone to help you hear me a little more clearly. So without further ado, let's head on to the wheel. Okay, I am all set up in the wheel capsule or cabin or pod or whatever you want to call it, and we're moving. Judging by all the cranes, construction is really swinging. Or better yet, you can say construction is really booming. You know, because of all of the booms being used. Come on, you know I had to work in a dad joke into this video. Right now we can see those dueling top hats again, and on the bottom left of your screen is the Harry Potter area of Epic Universe. I know you see that green wall and you probably think Super Nintendo World, but no, that is just the color of the construction material being used for that Wizarding World structure. You know, it's one thing to see pictures or videos of this epic construction, but to see it with your own eyes, goosies galore. There are some areas here already designated for expansion, but Epic Universe will open with 5 areas. I like to call the areas worlds, not lands, because the park is Epic Universe. What occupies universes? Worlds do. So the 5 worlds that I'm going to call them will be the Central Hub, Super Nintendo World, Classic Monsters World, the Wizarding World, and the How to Train Your Dragon World. Now the main feature in the How to Train Your Dragon World is its coaster, which will basically go through the entire world. To me, that is just brilliant. It's like you're hopping onto the back of a dragon and it's just flying around, you know? Super Nintendo World is believed to have a Donkey Kong coaster, the Mario Kart attraction, and Yoshi's Adventure. Each world will have a portal that you have to go through to enter the world. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter is going to have a pretty cool portal here at Epic Universe. I believe it will be a French arch, the Porte Saint-Denis. Classic Monsters World is believed to have a family-friendly coaster and Frankenstein's castle and 2 restaurants. So for those of you who missed the Monsters Cafe that used to be at Studios, it's coming back bigger and better. You know, Islands of Adventure quite often wins awards as the nation's best theme park. I think though, once Epic Universe opens in 2025, it will have a stronghold on the title of best theme park in the USA. Now for those of you who do not live here, it's not too early to start saving and planning for your 2025 epic vacation. In fact, I would recommend you strongly consider getting annual passes to Universal Orlando Resort. Right now, they do offer a 3-park annual pass, which includes Volcano Bay, Islands of Adventure, and Universal Studios Florida. Once the 4-park annual pass is offered that includes Epic Universe, I would jump all over that.
Personally, I would like to thank Universal for bringing this new theme park to us. As you can tell by the sheer number of Universal videos that I do, I really do enjoy their theme parks. I mean, I do enjoy all of the area's theme parks, SeaWorld, all the Disney parks, etc., etc. But for me, the theme park experience is very much about rides. And Universal, in my opinion, is the best when it comes to rides. There is that new hotel on Universal Boulevard that I showed you earlier from the ground level, but as promised, here is an aerial view. I am very excited for some of the expected rides coming to Epic Universe, probably most excited for the dual racing coaster, especially now that I have seen those two dueling top hats with my own eyes. Okay guys, we are almost done with our 18-minute trip on the wheel. That's how long it takes to take one little spin on it. We're almost back to the ground. Here's a few last looks at the construction of Epic Universe.
So that is your Epic Universe update for the month of February. If this video does well with views and subs, we'll do another one in March. And as always, don't miss the magic, don't miss the fun, click that subscribe button.